Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contributions from Jim. And here's his story. Hey, Ollie, I just wanted to thank you for all the help you did for me. I see that you're posting every single day at all hours. I figured the least I could do was toss you a donation. Keep up the good work. I have learned a ton, and you have definitely helped me see additional narcissists in my life, as well as identify them in daily life as I encounter them. I am the child of a narcissistic mother who destroyed our family and took my father to the cleaners when I was 11. Adolescence was an absolute nightmare for me, as my parents played tug-of-war over me and my brother. Even now, 25 years later, she is completely unapologetic. That's what always drives me crazy about these situations when I hear about them. And yeah, the reconciliation, these post-alienation stories, and yeah, the reconciliation with the father happens. But like, my thing is like, well, what did you do about your mother who you found out was lying? Are you still carrying on a relationship? Did you hold her responsible in any way? Did she take it? No. That, to me, that's kind of maybe a little selfish on my end, but that drives me insane. Like, how is there not a penalty to be? Because all we've ever done is paid penalty after penalty after penalty, and they get off scot-free. They make up, why they were justified in doing it. Not, I'm sorry I lied. I'm justified in doing it, which is what the narcissist does. When I bring it up, it turns into an arrogant, self-righteous bitch fest about how badly she was abused and how horrible it was that my father left her alone to go hide at his job 80 hours a week. Keep in mind, this was the mid-'80s and my father worked at a factory. We barely had 2 nickels to rub together, and I knew he was trying to earn us the best living he could. But her interpretation of his effort was that he was just going to work to get away from his family. Projection. Because what she really wanted to get away from the family. I have reconciled with her on some level, although I'm afraid we will never see eye to eye. Maybe that was a bad call on my part and I should have gone no contact, but I'm a very forgiving person. Well, what's to forgive, Jim? She takes no responsibility. She excuses it. So how do you forgive somebody she's not even seeking forgiveness? And I think it's part of the reason why you're writing me and probably leading to what your issues later on. Because you never really dealt with this. You never really called her on this. Forgiving somebody, and this is one of my earliest videos, the higher the price of forgiving the narcissist. It's too high. This is it. This is the price you pay for forgiving the narcissist, because they don't deserve it, nor was she seeking forgiveness. The narcissist doesn't seek forgiveness. They seek you to accept it. I don't have to seek forgiveness from you. You're not even worthy of. You just accept it. And you're confusing demanded acceptance for forgiveness. That's not forgiveness. The reason I found your channel is because my adult life has quite possibly been even more painful. Not surprising. It is said that a man seeks out a mate that closely resembles his mother in character and spirit, and my choice of woman proved that to be so. After a string of absolutely abusive, horrible, narcissistic women, I ended up in my longest relationship with a single mother of a then 5-year-old. Yes, I know that is the ultimate beta simp move, but she seemed like a really sweet girl, and I absolutely loved the kid. I began to realize a year into the relationship that I was not happy. Everything that I felt she was doing to me she would accuse me of. I was absolutely dumbfounded as to how I could possibly be the perpetrator of any of the evils that she claimed I was. I was not selfish, she was. I was not manipulative, she was. Never could I get a moment's peace or rest. Even if there was no issue at hand, she would invent one or manufacture drama with her mother or someone else. She even accused me of being a narcissist, which is where my research into the subject began. Last summer, we went on a section hike on the Appalachian Trail. We met a group of hikers, and among them was a guy who would be her future boyfriend. 3 months later, without any notice at all, she breaks up with me and declares she's going to California to be with the dude. This is what I tell every dude, every guy. This proves my point with your mother, because she's exactly like your mother. The narcissist always thinks everybody thinks the way they do. So when your girlfriend was bitching at you like that and accusing you of every other thing, it's because that's what she wanted to do. And when they get real crazy like that, accusing, they want it to be true so they have a reason to leave you. And when you don't take the bait and you don't see what's really going on, eventually she'll leave you for what she really wants, another dude. I asked her what about our daughter. She replied that she was going to sign over custody to her parents so she didn't have to deal with the kid anymore. I was instructed to go my own way and forget about the relationship, our family, and everything we had built. I was absolutely flabbergasted. She left in October. I haven't seen her since. I stayed with her parents to try to help out and take care of the child, but I quickly realized her mother was quite possibly even more evil than she was. Well, of course. I mean, this shit is passed down from generation to generation. I mean, where do you think they get this shit from? I would ask, is this your daughter, or was this the 5-year-old that did you actually have a daughter with her? I would do everything for her because she's pushing 70, and being a young man, I wanted to help, but I was constantly berated for being part-time employed and told that I didn't do anything around the place. She told me that I could just go and she would take care of the girl, as she had already raised 3 children to adulthood herself, not having any parental rights whatsoever. I left. I spent November, December, January, and February drunk and alone in a room that I rented in a town 40 miles away, and that's not even my thing, drinking. This was the darkest winter I think I've ever experienced, save 1 year when I was homeless in my early 20s. But at least then I wasn't living in agony every day over the loss of my family. I am now living in a rural community 100 miles away from all that I ever knew, because it's just too painful to go back. I'm a decent carpenter and handyman, so I think I'll make a go of it somewhere else. Been sober since April 1st. Ollie, I cannot fathom how someone could treat their partner and daughter with such callousness, such unimaginable narcissism and self-centeredness. I don't think I could ever bring myself to date another woman after this one, but please keep making your videos. I learn something every day. Just between you and me, I blame the baby boomers. I have never met one that apologized for anything that their generation did. All I ever got was a bunch of arrogant nonsense about how they work so hard, and that I'm just an ungrateful millennial. I prefer Zennial, being on the cusp of Generation X and Millennial. But they have produced an entire generation of complete narcissists, and social media has only made that worse, especially among the women. I deeply fear for the future of our society for that reason. Have a great night, and God bless, Jim. Price of forgiveness, Jim. That's what you're kind of dealing with. You are attracted to, like you said, you're attracted to a woman just like your mother. When you have one of these overbearing women who will not give you a second's rest, that woman's looking to bail. And she's looking to get you to leave, catch you in something, so she can blame it and pin it all on you. But when they can't, they'll just leave and abscond on all their responsibilities. Okay, because everybody in her narcissist, look, every narcissistic family plays a role. And in her role is allowing her mother to be the giant martyr of the family, taking care of raising kids, and she can go be the deadbeat ruining other men's lives. And that gives the mother something to bitch about. Now she can bitch about you, having only being part-time employed. And this is how the whole thing just continues to spiral out of control. That's how the narcissistic dynamic goes. Everybody has a role. Everybody has a role in the narcissistic family. And being that you married the same type of woman or you dated the same type of woman your mother was, who played the same role as an alienator, projected onto your father what she really thought, and it's taken, again, zero responsibility for any of it. And you say you forgave her. You didn't forgive her. You accepted the bullshit. You didn't forgive her. Okay? The cost of forgiveness is too high. And you're confusing forgiveness with it. You just accepted it. What did you forgive her for? She didn't admit to anything. She justified it. That's not forgiveness, that's acceptance. So, I hope it works out. If this is your actual daughter, not the 5-year-old that you already had, you should sue for some type of parental rights. If she's absconded and this is your biological child, you can't leave. You can't leave with this other psychopath. If not, if it's her child, and look, you got to wash your hands and be done with it and start anew. I'm not saying write off women completely, but your next relationship, the next time, make sure you're looking for the red flags and the signs of narcissistic behavior. So, I hope that helps, Jim. Thank you so much for your contribution and your story. Thank you for everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comments section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it successful, supported, and growing, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.